Good evening, VPG. It is the return of Domino, first and foremost.
Let's go.
Welcome back from Tuesday. But it is the return of VPG Thursdays. Domino, it doesn't make any sense, but for some reason, VPG Thursdays are the best night. Talk to me.
It's just not a night. I think everything leads up and builds up to a Thursday night. It doesn't, don't get me wrong, but it feels that way, April.
All of the nights are our favourites. However, it is the last night before the weekend where there is no VPG, except from VPG Weekend, of course, obviously. So you can still get your fix. But in terms of these guys, in terms of UK Premier and Esports Premier, they get the weekend off because they've been spending all midweek for your viewing pleasure virtually running around a pitch. So the last four games to do that, 8 teams in total, because that's how football is actually played. First and foremost, 8 p.m. or 8:05 by the looks of things, will be Memzinhoball, the return of Memzinhoball, taking on Vinculum. Domino. We know all about both of these sides for different reasons. There's a game in the background, sorry. We know all about both of these sides for two different reasons. One, Memzinhoball are just ballers. We know about them. Everyone knows about them. Vinculum have had a meteoric rise through the ranks.
Yep.
And all but 2, maybe 3 seasons ago, they were slumming it around with the likes of me and you, Domino, in the same league. Don't get me wrong, they walked that league and they walked over our team several times that season. So we know all about them. We've grown to love them. They used to be our rivals, and now they are here, Domino. We're calling them on the biggest stage against one of the biggest UK teams out there. Talk to me. Talk to me.
Yeah, we know a lot about Vinculum, and April is perfectly described as a meteoric rise, because that's what it was. It was a meteoric rise. Now, Mems, we love Mems, mate. Mems are channel favourites. They're PC dub favourites. They're a great bunch of lads. However, I will note, April, they haven't had much luck on the channel.
They truly haven't. They honestly, truly have not. And do you know what? Why not change that tonight? Why not change that tonight? I can see from the lineup, which is on the screen now, they have changed their formation again. They're gone back to that 4-3-3. Wilzino, Hojo, and Madge up front. Hojo is on 15 goals this season so far. Madge on 8 with 10 assists. And Wilzino saw him pop up yesterday with a goal or 2 as well. So that front three are firing. I don't think that's the problem for Mems. I'll be honest. They're getting lots of goals, and we've seen this. They get lots of goals. However, that back line is shipping goals for one of whatever reason. And I can see tonight the skipper, the gaffer, Mr. Memzinhoball himself, has slotted himself back in that center of defense alongside Drip as well. So I think sometimes, Domino, we talk on this channel about teams that are not reactive enough. I think that is a straight up reaction to leaving that front three to do what they do best, and then just shoring themselves up at the back.
Yeah, April, like I said, you're going to look through your team. At this point in the season, you then look through, right, okay, this is where the table starts forming. What do we need to do? And you pick up your strengths and weaknesses, and going by the stats alone, obviously their strengths are not going to get goals. Their strengths are holding on to wins or shipping goals. So yeah, it's smart by the manager, needs to do things like that, and good tactical change. Let's see if it works.
And on the flip side of that, worryingly, that back three, and we just said it whilst we were out of shot before we came on, I said to Domino, that back 3 and 4, if you include Toasty, for Vinculum, is ridiculous. There's 3 world-class centre-backs there and a world-class goalkeeper. So, it's Thursday. We want to see goals, okay? We do want to see goals. And that back 3 versus that front 3 for Memzinhoball is going to be a battle. And it's going to be a good watch. Of course, it will be like chess match. Of course, it will be. But I'm hoping it's like a chess match, but like a Mario Kart, you can like
Speed
fire,
chest.
yeah, you can fire like red shells and green shells at people. I want something that looks like that, and I think both of these sides are set up perfectly tonight to just cause the other one problems. And when you have a look at two lineups like that, two teams like that, it's from us sitting up here in the gantry, it's very, very nice to look at, because I'm almost doing the Ronaldinho licking the lips out here. I'm just looking at these two teams. You know, both of them played 9 games. They're 10th in the league and 8th in the league, so both kind of sit mid-table. They're approaching that stage in the season now where we always say on the channel, look, don't look at that league table until you've played 10 games. Well, after this, they would have played 10 games. So I think a win here for either side, it just puts them into that spot where they go, right, we can kick on from here. They've got another UK Premier game tonight after this, whereas usually it's just one a night. 6 points available in one night in this league is absolutely massive. And I think if either of these teams can press on and get that, I think it will do wonders for just going into next week, which is, of course, week number 4, Domino. Where has the time gone?
Well, that's you're over halfway through now. That is the stage 8 ball where you've gone halfway through. And like you said, that's when your table starts forming. It's where you start to look at where you're going to be around the end of the season. It's where head start might be dropping because they know they're out of touch, or there's a lot that can go on in these games here. These middle games are very, very crucial to get the maximum points for you to obviously mount a title challenge or to keep you in the league.
News from pitch side. It is Laney72 coming in for Rembolic. No reason given, just that is what's happening. So strike that one off. We don't have the technology to do it, to be honest. Even if we did, I don't think I could be bothered, because they're both in the lobby, they're both sending, so we should actually just remove this background so we can tease in the back. But before we did move into that game, we did want to mention Yoran and Holographic up front. Holographic coming across from Heritage. Really good striker, and Yoran speaks for himself. He's on 15 goals this season, so we've got two of the hottest strikers in the league going head to head here. And again, it all just adds up to, and again, being a patriot myself, it's two very, very good English teams as well. So what more could we want from the UK Premier? And to kick things off for this Thursday night VPG night,
8 ball, when has the UK Prem let us down in every single stream we've done? They don't let us down, mate. They're here to bring it. They know they're on the channel, and they act like they're on the channel. Yeah. So here's to a good game. Here's to a good night as well. The teams are going now, so I'll just take this off so you can watch that whilst I go through just some house rules, basically. 1, have a good time. 2, make sure you subscribe to VPG. We're on here every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. So get subscribed, get notifications on, and that way you don't miss a beat. And of course, we are Pro Clubs Weekly on behalf of VPG, a YouTube channel too, so make sure you go and subscribe to us as well. We do the weekly catch-up, weekly wrap-up. Domino, one time I'll get this name right. The weekly wrap-up. Weekly wrap-up. No, we're not cowboys. Weekly roundup, that's every Sunday at 7 PM, so go and watch that as well. 2 teams getting in there. There are 22 players in there. PMI vs Capricarolesque is our 8:45, and we end tonight on Ultra Instinct. Jobs are good, and there we go. I did it before we got in. Let's go. We have got Vinculum on the right-hand side in the Brentford kit from right to left. Mounting up an attack early doors. Fabinho steps in, wearing that black Juventus kit of Memzinhoball with the press. And here we go, 2v2. Blistering start to this game. Gives it to their top goal scorer, Honcho. Breaks through, and Toasty there with the save. Domino, very, very fast start by both of these sides. Very, very fast start, 8 ball. We know Mems are good on their set piece, so I'm going to hold.
Yeah, here we go. McCabe there.
Hold on.
The Vinculum skipper flicked on. Camille loses out there.
8 ball, that was just a warning shot. I mean, it's like the centre halves there just needed a little bit more time before Mem started applying that pressure. We said chess match 8 ball didn't start like that. It started all out, guns blazing. So, they need to watch their P's and Q's nice and early, because Mem's got hungry here. but it is Vinculum coming forward.
Yeah, and
they've got it on the edge here. There's options. There's runners going through. Nice footwork.
It's spilled in. It's spilled in, and yeah, it's Holographic who gets the goal out of next to nothing. Yeah, next to nothing. The animation's done. The animation's done Mike Lowry dirty there, because it should have been a good routine save. It looked like he didn't do anything wrong, but take nothing from the Vinculum boys, and it was Runel, previously of Memzinhoball, gets the assist. Don't get me wrong, it was a good turn, a bit of pace from Holographic on that right hand side, and he's going to get it again. The goal scorer breaking through. Is it going to be a rinse and repeat? No, it's not. It falls through to Mike Lowry, but we always say it: buy a ticket and you might very well win the raffle, and EA are handing out prizes left, right and centre so far this game cycle, so why the hell not?
Yeah, I do feel sorry for Mike Lowry. Great positioning. It was a strong hand 8-ball. I naturally was just thinking that was going over. You just palmed it over. Fair enough. It's gone in the back of the net. Deserve it is a different story, but exactly what you said, 8-ball. You need to be in a position. They worked it well. They got a shot off, and they got their just rewards for it. It's all for Mems to do here, and they've got the players to do it. Coming forward,
yep, here it is.
Get cut out.
Promika winning the ball in the box, goes down. It's just all hell is breaking loose out there, and yet the gaffer steps in and says, you know what, just get rid of it, and we'll try and pick it back up. But it is Memzinhoball who pick it up. Wilzinho on this left-hand side cuts it back to Promika, who obviously scored that goal from 25 yards last time he was on the stream. I'll be hoping for another 25-yard or a 2-yarder today, to be honest, because they are down by a goal to nil.
Yeah, 8-ball. I mean, it's still very much a 50-50 on possession. That is an unbelievable ball. He's got options on the inside, and is very, very good defending there. 8-ball stayed with his man, tracked the run inside, and then mopped up when he needed to.
Fabinho over the top. There it is.
He is onside. There's a square going
power shot.
He doesn't need it, 8-ball. He doesn't need the square. Power shot, top left-hand corner. We are 1-1. When did I ever tell you that the eSports Prem does not deliver?
It's not the eSports Prem, it's the UK Prem, but we know what you mean, Domino.
Doesn't matter.
We know what you mean. Fabinho, ball over the top, and top goal scorer Hodjo fires into the top corner, makes it 16 goals for the season for that man. And how Memzinhoball just praising that man at the moment. He is on fire. And Vinculum have been cut back by I feel like, whoa, here we go. I feel like 1-0 is a fair reflection of this so far, but Madge cuts inside onto the left foot, right foot. It does not matter. That man can do it all. He's gone near post, and in the blink of an eye, it is Memzinhoball. Look at that finish. We're loving the highlights today, boys. Keep them coming. And the celebration as well.
Oh, no, I thought there was a scuffle there, I didn't know what happened.
2-1 Memzinhoball. This game has come to life. We asked for goals, and both of these teams have duly delivered, and I don't think it's over just yet.
8-ball. What I was going to say about both goals for Mems, both came from obviously great finishing, but the decoy runners on each goal. The first one, there was again the slide ball across. Keeper had to think he was going to play it, shot scored. Same again there, 8-ball. It's willing runners allowing those shots to go nice and early.
Yeah.
But it is Vinculum here
this
on
is
the
some
attack.
good football.
Yeah.
Kyle's got it on that right-hand side. Gives it to the goal scorer. Holographic shifts it onto his... Oh! He shifted it onto that right foot, which is what he did earlier. And tell you what, Domino, that's inches away, that is.
It's inches away, 8-ball, and he did everything right there. He actually just didn't do the easy part. The hardest thing is getting that opportunity.
Yeah.
Carved it out all himself as well. Great trickery. And mate, I can't keep breath here because we're going forward again.
Here we go. Basketball. Wilzinho cuts onto the right. Oh, PXXP and co do well. Ball over the top is on as well, because here is Yoran, Vinculum's top goal scorer. He's going to want to try and catch Hodjo up if he can. Hands it off instead, cuts inside to Runel, stabs it into that back post.
Not a bad idea.
Good intent from both of these sides, Domino.
April, it's a basketball match. Like I said, I can't catch my breath. We can't actually talk about what's happening in the game because we have to call it play by play because it is all out action. And I don't even want to commentate, April. I actually want to sit here and enjoy it. This is a game. I am thoroughly enjoying this one, and it is with Mems on this right-hand side. Both teams, as soon as they cut out the possession from each one, it is all front foot thinking. All front foot thinking. Good shot, unlucky.
It gives us time. I think they were just hitting out of play so we could catch our breath because we've had 37 virtual minutes and it's been absolutely non-stop so far. And like I said, neither of these sides are letting up at all. Here is Isaac, right-hand side, running that channel, cuts back. Loses his man nicely, spaced across if he wants, sends his man for a Twix, comes back inside. Perks, good ball to Runel, squares it across to Dante, goes down. It was a great tackle. They get it clear, and are they going to get change out of this? No, they're not. The late arrival, Laney. Good win from him, and look at this. They've got 4 players up. Johan with the shot, big save, strong wrist this time. No mistake from Mike Lowry. And again, the clearance, they're going to look to get change out of it. And that change, they're not getting any change. It's pure contactless.
This is why I think Mems need to just keep their heads and realise that the game's not getting away from them, but being a little bit more tactful. We're coming up to half-time. You want to go in the lead. Maybe not put men forward and just kind of settle it down when you're in these positions. Turn back, settle it down instead of going forward. But that's not the Mems style. And that's an odd professional foul.
Given the time, I mean, it's a horrible time to concede. So, and it's the striker getting back and doing it. I don't think they'll mind too much. However, if they concede from here, they'll be annoyed, but it doesn't look like they will. And Domino, I don't remember a first half of any game so far in the almost 3 weeks we've been doing this that has started quite like that.
April. My wife doesn't allow me to put heating on in the house. That's a separate issue. It was cold in this room. I am hot. I am sweating. I don't know what's happening. Yeah, that first half has been all out attack, all out action. We could go through clips for this whole first half. That covers the rest of the night, April. It's been fantastic to watch and credit to both teams.
And you know what? I think
April, we've got a second half to come.
I think sometimes people think we sit here and we really gas teams up when this is why we do it, because this is what these guys are capable of. You know, we've spent the last 2 years watching these guys week in, week out. We know what they're capable of. We know what they can do. And boy, have they delivered on the biggest stage tonight. It's VPG Thursdays, second half. 2-1 to Memzinhoball after going a goal down.
Yeah, Abe, what I was going to say is a good positive going in from 2 dressing rooms. Obviously, Mems are up. They're winning the game. But what Vinculum done there is right at the end of the half, it was pressure after pressure after pressure.
Yeah.
They'll have confidence going into the second half that there is another goal in there for them.
Yeah, I agree. And you know what? They've got the players that have been around the block. This is what happens when you do keep that same core that Vinculum have managed to do. Most of these players were playing against you and me in League One, 2-3 seasons ago. So they've got the players, they've seen the good, the bad, and the ugly. So you know they're going to be sticking together regardless of the result, regardless of the performance. And when you find teams like that they're the dangerous sides, Domino. They're the sides that never say die. And from going a goal up to being 2-1 down, I don't think it's going to phase these boys. I do think the ball is firmly in Memzinhoball's court at the moment. If these lot decide to turn it on, they can get out of sight. However, trying to do that against a team like Vinculum is difficult, and that is why it's poised so nicely. Isaac heads it down to Perks. Finds a man at the back sticks. Big save, double save, and the ball falls nicely to him as well. Just rewards for 2 big saves. And yeah, Domino, almost bang on cue. Vinculum can hurt you, but Mike Lowry says no so far.
Yeah, April, I think that's a good sign for Vinculum because they've showed really good play, but they haven't managed to get the shot off. They've worked themselves into great areas, but last-ditch tackles.
Here we go. Ball through.
But that's ball gone through.
Hodjo shifts it. Oh, he shifted it onto the right foot. That's where he wants it. And again, that back 3 for Vinculum, Domino, just they gave him a yard, half a yard maybe, but they were there in the nick of time to make that tackle. And 16 goals this season so far for Hodjo. I thought he might get the shot off. He's obviously in red hot form. so his
Bad,
standards are high at the moment. Perks wins it high up, tries to slide it into feet. Mems, good tackle and keeps the ball. However, teammates lost out. Holographic, but Drip digs the team out, comes across nicely and keeps the ball for Memzinhoball. Trying to play out. This is the Memzinhoball way. They go for field possession instead. A bit of rugby tactics there.
Yeah, that held to the line, 8-Ball. He was through there, but it is Vinculum coming forward. Great pass inside.
Drip there
really
again.
Really good tackle. Mems are doing really well. They're not forcing the tackles here. They're standing off, waiting for the edge of the box.
Yeah.
Part passive tackling, but it's working really well. Like I said, they've only got that one shot off in that first half, and here comes Mems on the attack. Another great defending.
One pass away from opening up the door there. And again, as Vinculum come forward, looking for that equalizer, it's going to leave gaps. And here is a massive gap. It's 4v3. Madge takes the shot from 30 yards instead. And do you know what? Any other player, I'd be saying maybe the wrong decision. But when it's Super Madge, you just got to let him cook.
Yeah, Super Madge is super things, able.
Hodjo. Pro Micah. I mean, maybe they should have given it to this man. Anyone's going to take a shot from 25, 30 yards. Runel, who's looked good so far in this first 70 minutes. Time is ticking away, though, for Vinculum. Zenteki wins that. And yeah, Domino, you touched upon it earlier. So when Memzinhoball win the ball like this, they actually just keep the ball, and the through ball stepped over. Willzido skips away from the lunge.
Well done.
And it was the second lunge, the fair lunge, that wins it back. And yeah, again, it's poised so nicely at the moment. Man at the back post, if they can get there, Zenteki does fantastically well. Because yeah, like Domino said, it was not a bad ball at all. First time ball, edge of the box. Perks gives it to Holographic. Big block from Mengs. That was goal bound. Isaac still got it though. Swings it back post. Zenteki looked like a foul, but will be a corner. Domino.
And just before this game, I saw them score a lovely corner routine against Rim for Pleasure 8-Ball. Can they do the same here?
No.
There's another little flick on, and there's actually the same across there. They are very, very good at their set pieces. They can't give it away there. They have won it back, 8-Ball. They've got 3 men on this left-hand side. They've gone into the middle. Just a misplaced pass there, 8-Ball.
Yeah, just behind him. Wee Man Lewis, though, the wide centre-back stepping up now. Runel slides it through to Yoran. It's going to fall to Holographic. Big block again. It's what Memzinhoball, I don't think they're particularly known for it, but they are digging in deep now, and they have to, because Vinculum are unwavering pressure here. Dante.
Yeah, very much on the front foot, 8-Ball.
Edge of the box. Perks again finds Holographic. It's going to fall to Isaac, though, and again, another block. And I tell you what Vinculum are doing well, Domino, is those centre midfielders and Runel are finding strikers' feet ever so well. But Memzinhoball, this second half, have matched everything they've done so far. So far is the key word there, as Yoran's shot gets blocked once more. They might set a record for the most blocks in a game, Domino.
8-Ball, everything is on the 6-yard line, and everything's getting blocked. It's something we haven't really registered with the Mems team, and that's resilience. And they are showing that here, 8-Ball, and it's something they needed to show, because it's been a very, very resilient defensive performance.
Yeah. I mean, they've played 9 and only won 2 this season, so I think if they can dig this win out here, I think that's going to give them the confidence going forward, because like we said, offensively, absolutely no problems. Not many mix it like they do offensively. And I think they had a point to prove defensively today. And you know what, even if they go and concede, I think they've proven it today. They've proven that they can defend at the highest level, and they've had an onslaught this second half, and they've been equal to it. They just need to keep their composure here, and they do so. Humongous tackle. And they're going to win the header as well. Superb defending. But it's not done yet. Ball into the back sticks.
It's hard to soak up this much pressure, 8-Ball. It's hard to soak up this much pressure. The Mems are going to keep one eye on the clock here. And to be fair, so are Vinculum. It's just got to settle down in some game management. And doing that in the middle of the park is brave, it's bold, but it comes off.
Yeah, they're just about hanging on at the moment. Vinculum will be wondering what it is they have to do to break through this defense, and whatever it is they're going to have to do, it's going to have to be now. And Memzinhoball shut the door for one last time, and there it is, signed, sealed, delivered for Memzinhoball. They pick up all 3 points here. An absolutely fascinating game. No goals in the second half, but we didn't even need it. Two sides of Memzinhoball in 2 halves, and they are the victors. They are the ones taking 3 points home. Commiserations to Vinculum. Congratulations to Memzinhoball. Guys, we need to get the repeat fixture for this one.
Oh, 100%. It's a derby now. They didn't know it, but it's going to be a derby now, 8 Ball.
Yeah, it has to be. It has to be. That was the 8 o'clock game. Thank you very much for watching that one at home. Hope you're having a good Thursday, and it's about to get a whole lot better because we have got the Scotsman FENIX, VLG FENIX, back gracing our screens, and they are up against Saff PROLIFIC, former champions, back-to-back champions, Season 9 and Season 10. It's giant killing time if you're a FENIX fan, and it's back to business if you are a Saff PROLIFIC fan. Let's find the stream and pray to God they haven't jumped in the game yet. I tell you what I will do is get the team sheets up for you at home as well while I do that, and just cover the background so there's no spoilers.
8 Ball. I think we should finish there, man. I'm not going to lie, that Mems game's kind of done me over.
Yeah,
like, the emotions going through it.
Let's go home, everyone. GG's.
Unbelievable. And to be fair, just one shout here to Mems. We said it before, mate. Goal scoring's not the issue, it's defensively. So whatever the skipper done, switching the formation, mate, it clearly worked. And great managers do great things like that. Vinculum, you threw the kitchen sink at it, guys. And what a game, and what a start to the stream, boys. GG's.
I think
I like it in the chat as well. Both teams in the chat.
I think the hardest part of doing what we do, and don't get me wrong, I know we make it look very easy, but I think the hardest part of what we do is when there are games like that. It's horrible seeing someone lose. You know, we're always happy for the winners, of course, but obviously when there is a game like that, someone has to lose. And like you said, Domino, when the 2 sets of players come out in the chat like that and congratulate each other, it's just good, and it's a real good feel good vibe for the UK Prem, and that's kind of what we need at the moment, because again, as we keep saying, clubs is on the up, and you kind of want to be there as and when it kind of takes wind, and that's essentially what everyone's trying to do at the moment. And the teams like Memzinhoball, like your Vinculums, like your FENIX, like your Saff PROLIFICs, they're all going to be there as and when this does hit the big time, and I can't think of anything better for them, because obviously 22 or 44 really good lads, and the rest of them as well, and it's really good to see. Right, moving on to VLG FENIX, who currently sit 14th in the league, Domino, playing 3rd place Saff PROLIFIC. Obviously you would think that that's an away banker, but I'm sure it'll be anything but, seeing as FENIX have only played 6 games this season so far, so they've got games in hand. However, it still is just that 1 win in 6, and every game day I'll go and check the FENIX results, and I'm constantly confused, because obviously we know they're a very good side. Where is it going wrong for this FENIX side, Domino? Where?
I don't know, 8 Ball. I don't know. Because again, they've retained their core players. Obi stepping out off defence and going into CDM. Still got Mad Bad Hark in there. Benny, who's the unbelievable player. Paddy up top. FENIX Tiki. They've still got the ballers there, 8 Ball. Kept a good group of that core team.
Yep.
It's just not been clicking. There's some seasons, 8 Ball, where you can't put your finger on what's going wrong, and it might be one of them. The introduction to EA 25, maybe. It just might take a longer establishment period for Phoenix in this game cycle, but we know they're a good team, they're a good bunch of boys, and they'd want to get this back.
Yeah, and one key player they are missing tonight, though, as well as some others, of course, but we only got time to highlight one, otherwise we'd be here all night, guys. Is V1 Sparta in net.
Yes.
That's a big miss for any team, of course. And
Of course.
what I was going to say, and I think you highlighted it by mentioning first and foremost, is the return of Mad Bad Harky at centre-back for Phoenix. He was missing for those first 2 weeks, Domino, and I think Phoenix will be the first to admit they had a tricky start, a tricky couple of weeks. Him coming back in now, I think is perfect for them. It does look like they're missing a few. They've got a few playing out of position.
Yeah.
But now is a better time than ever. They've got the games in hand, but they can't sit on just having games in hand. They need to start turning those games in hand into points. And with them bringing in players like Z Michael, they've got Paddy up front. It's good for them. It's good for them. We'll obviously get a first class view of whether it ticks for them, because quite clearly at the moment something isn't ticking for them.
Yep.
I think they're well on their way to working out some of these kinks. However, on the opposite side of the pitch is a different beast. It is a different beast. Like I said, former champs, 3 wins in the last 4. They did lose to Heritage last night, though. That was the one loss in their 4 games. Because if you go back before that, it's only the 3 wins in 8. So had a bit of a sticky patch coming through that now, but they did suffer defeat in their last game. And I think maybe a major talking point for just seeing the lineups now, Domino, is the fact that their leading goal scorer and talisman, Sentinel, is playing CDM for them, which, don't get me wrong, SJ Clay and Jacko are certainly no slouches. However, I think that's quite similar to when we see a player like Epan, for example, who we know is a world-class striker, and I would put Sentinel in there as well. But when they drop into central defensive midfield, you just want to clone them, basically. You want them in that centre midfield, and you also want them up front. Are they going to suffer, or are they going to prosper doing that tonight, do you think, Domino?
I don't know. I'd always say having centre of any team is a massive miss up front. But then you look at SJ Clay, his partner, who I would put him in the category of world class as well. Oh yeah. And you've got Jacko up there also, mate. And I just think if you're lacking in that CDM position and you've got 2 players out and out like that, yes, you're going to miss them up front, but they do have the firepower. And you know, Svensel's a great technician, so let's see what he can do in CDM.
Yeah, and again, you touched upon it. SJ Clay, absolutely fantastic player. Definitely one to watch tonight. Another one is that left-hand side, Crimmy. I think last time we saw them play, I do think he had a quiet game, and I think it might be the first time I've ever seen him have a quiet game in 8 or 9 appearances. So he's proven he is human. However, I think tonight he'll want to go back to proving he is not human. In fact, he is superhuman. And I think Saff Prolific will be looking at Phoenix at the moment with a couple of players out, with them 14th in the league, and think, do you know what, this is a good chance to get all 3 points here. Yeah,
if there's a time to catch Phoenix, this is the perfect time to catch them. Some would say that, or some say that Phoenix obviously need a big performance here, so they're motivated to play this game. But you are catching them on a little bit of a downward slope where Saff Prolific, I know they lost their last game, but obviously sitting 3rd in the table, they're doing something right. The odds favourites definitely go with Prolific, but let's see if Phoenix can cause the upset.
Yeah, and one good point for this Phoenix side at the moment is their manager, or their co-manager. I'm not sure how they're set up at the moment, but he's the one who's in all the chat, so I'm going to call him their manager. Phoenix Tiki. He is the one on. He's the man in form. 7 goals so far this season, and a tasty little team of the week for week number 2 as well. So he's the man in form. He's the talisman. And do you know what? Sometimes when your gaffer is the one performing, that's almost enough just to bring everyone else up, because
of course
he's the guy that you want to impress. And it almost, especially with him being in such a central role as well, like that cam role. Sometimes I see managers and they're playing out wide, and I'm a bit like, well, or playing in goal, and I'm like, how can you influence the game from out there? When you're playing in such a central position like Tiki is here, in such an important position, he does genuinely have that ability to almost turn into like a bit of a Steven Gerrard and say, right, I'm actually going to drag you up to my standard, whether you like it or not. And against a Saff Prolific side as good as this, I think he may, if he's at his best, Phoenix will do well. If he's not, and he's unable to bring them up to his standard, then I think they might struggle a bit.
Yeah, or even Sentinel has managed to obviously stop what Phoenix is trying to do, Mr. Tiki is trying to do. But it is interesting. I think the first 20 minutes here, 8-Ball, is crucial. Not only to see if we can actually get a game going.
I know. There we go. Right then, we have got, just trying to work out who's who, Phoenix from left to right in the white, and it is Saff Prolific in the black from right to left. Just gonna share my screen.
Oh, here we go.
There we go. Right, Saff in the black, Phoenix in the left. Here we go. Phoenix, early possession deep in the Saff half. Able to win it back though, and here we go for Saff's first attempt at getting it up the pitch, and they do quite well. Into Jacko's feet, Ace tries to go for that first time lob through ball, which doesn't tend to work all that often. Kev into Paddy, who's come out to this right flank. Jacko again able to take it down. Ace with the step overs, but just missed that run. Phoenix will recycle. Legit Pro, who again, Domino, not seen him play before, so it'll be interesting to see Phoenix understudy for the main man, Sparta. Here is
I've actually never seen a Phoenix team with Sparta's not in there.
No,
so
that's a good ball, and
he does come out. Well done, well done. You need those big moments, 8-Ball, especially when you're filling in some big shoes, metaphorically and physically.
Here is Kev into Paddy, who, not for the first time, has just drifted out to this near side. And again, here he is, defending from the front, gets put down by Everett, though. Jacko gives it to Sentinel. Diddy on that right-hand side of midfield. Happy to keep the ball for Saff at the moment. Not the electric start we had before. Here we go, though.
Chance of it catching fire out.
Here is Crimmy. Anyone needs any game catching fire, give it to that man. Here he is. Too Cooler. Very, very good player, and proving that with that through ball. Men in the box, and he's just missed out. It's Mad Bad Harky, though. Steps across, showing his strength, and is going to get change out of his opposite number, and they will restart with a throw-in.
Yeah, I hoped Harky hoped he won't be put on that one either.
Yeah, you don't want it there. Not when they're playing with fullbacks either. Sentinel chipped in. Obi back there.
Work by Obi. I mean, centre half by name, centre half by nature. Sometimes 8-Ball. I know he stepped into CDM at the minute, but yeah, you've always got that in your locker, and that's great because he's the defensive-minded one out of the two. Yeah,
and that might well be their tactic, Domino, just to have him slot into that third centre-back spot. But hello, here they go. Tiki heads it down. Sentinel there, sniffing out the danger, but it's not gone yet. He needs to carry on sniffing it. He does. Look at that man. Look at him go. It does come all the way through.
Anywhere would do.
Slight rush of blood to the head. They do concede a corner from that. It has gone near post. Mavru is there, though. SJ Clay tries to lay it off. Kula has to step in. And it is Mavru who got that initial ball clear. And tell you what, that is the definition of playing out from the back. Ace looking for feet. Not finding feet. And Benny, who usually is a marauding winger, playing at left back tonight. I mean, he's got chalk on his boots at the moment, but he is playing at that left back, and that might be something that Saff Prolific can look at. Kev.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely an attacking-minded player instead of a defensive-minded player. But to be fair, if I'm honest, I think it's this press here from Phoenix. It is a very, very strong press. and they're picking up. And if Saff can play through it, they've got a lot of gaps in behind, but it's trying to play through it at the minute, and they're finding it difficult.
It's a very good press, and that's a very good pass, but Cooler is there. At the moment, just cancelling each other out a little bit. Sentinel loses out to Swanee. Good tackle from him. Zed Michael, this is probably his first touch, first involvement at the very least. Loses out almost instantly, and again, at these top levels, the time you have on the ball is very slim. Phoenix Harkey there, proving that one just right, as he gives his man no chance. What camera is this? I have no idea, but I like it. Paddy, playing as a right winger almost. Into the back post. Zed Michael, though, picks up the loose ball. Swanee comes across, covers well. Obi does fantastically well, having a good game in that CDM position. A new position for him, or an unusual position for him, should I say. The ball is loose, and wow, Zed Michael's eyes lit up like Christmas morning, but the referee doesn't want us to have a goal, apparently.
No, not. It's too early for Abel.
SJ Clay gives it to Jacko. Wrong way. They're going to get something.
Oh, no.
They're going to get something from this, though. Maybe the referee is a Saff Prolific fan. Tuanze. He's going to check what he's got under his shirt. You're wearing a Saff Prolific shirt. You know it's... 10 minutes left of this first half. Not too much to write home about at the moment. However, two teams who are very capable of changing that at the flick of a switch. As Jamesy heads home, and we'll restart with Legit Pro. It's only his second touch of the game, Domino.
He's gone along here, Abel. Well mopped up there. And like
oh, wow,
I said,
yeah, they've got men over.
As soon as they play through a press, SJ Clay here. Oh, that's fantastic work.
Yeah, really good tackle. Really good tackle. Kev picks up the loose ends, goes long, and again, Tuanze there. He's made 2 or 3 really crucial headers. And Phoenix just proven that they're not afraid to mix it, and it just gives Saff something else to think about, as well as this press, which is a lot to think about. But Sentinel, to be fair, Domino, at the moment, my man of the match is just stopping everything coming through that middle, forcing players like Paddy to have to come wide, I think.
Yeah.
SJ Clay. Oh, through the middle, gets taken down, and if that's Obi, then there might be a bit of an issue there, because you do not want your key defensive centre midfielder getting...
He's red card. He's a
oh,
red card.
No. Wow.
It was... Very rarely that he meant to do Abel. He was nowhere near the ball. He caught the back of his heels. It was dangerous. It was late. He can't have any complaints about Abel. And what a time to get it in a half where I think you're playing against third. Your already confidence might be a little bit down. It's a silly one from that man, and we know how good OP is, and we know how vital he is for a team. It's a bit of a head loss situation there, 8-ball, and he's put his team down to 10 men.
I'm going to disagree, Domino. I thought that was really harsh, because like you said, you knew what he was doing, and we see how many professional fouls do we see? If he had pressed the professional foul button,
agreed,
it would have had the same outcome, and he would have saved the red card.
Agreed.
It was a foul. It was a foul. It was a yellow card. You get up and you move on. I think when you're as shocked as we were there, and I think all of those Saff players will be exactly the same as well. When you are physically shocked by it, I think that's when you know it was a bad call.
My thing is, you didn't need to do the square. Oh, well, X would have been fine. Why would you do the square in that position? It looked like it was from behind. I will agree to disagree on that one, but the main thing here, 8-ball, is Phoenix are undoubtedly a little bit weaker.
Whether we agree or disagree, it's the same outcome, and Saff are smelling blood here. Early doors. Oh, and Jacko's got it. Takes his sweet time.
What a block. What a block.
Jamesy, the right back, steps in at the nick of time, because Jacko took his sweet time, and he was afforded time as well, and he couldn't put it away thanks to that man Jamesy. They do, however, have a corner, and the first header Tuanze hasn't won. Kev tries to get down the line, but that man there, you can see why he's playing CDM, right?
Absolutely.
They need to close.
We're going to really stop what Phoenix are trying to do there. They're winning the ball nice and high up. Their press has been excellent. You just can't press with 10 men. It's just what you get a play through to a little bit too easy there.
Yeah. Back sticks is on, headed down. It's SJ Clay again. Mad Bad Harkey and co. I don't think it was him who made the initial tackle. They repel it for now. It is Diddy on the edge of the box. What a ball that is. But Jamesy again steps across. But Sentinel again steps across. And I think this might be how the rest of the game is going to go, because Phoenix there with 10 men behind the ball. You have to afford a team like Saff Prolific the respect and, you know, really dig in defensively. But it's, you know, what can they do going forward?
4 tackles, 8
Yeah, Zed Michael.
The ball back. Sometimes he's going to do it one more time.
Why not? Why not? And to be fair, I think it's going to take something like that. It's going to take something of the unexpected nature. Zed Michael has made a name for himself doing things like that, so why the hell not? I do think Phoenix will still fancy their chances if they can continue to frustrate Saff Prolific, which so far they are. Ball left, Swanee.
Nice.
Yeah, very nice leave. Swanee tidies up nicely, though. And again, the ball seems to be magnetic to Sentinel, Domino. What is going on?
Someone needs to tell me if Sentinel was actually a CDM here, because if he's filling in, this is the most ridiculous filling I've ever seen.
Keeper's not come. Oh, legit, bro. Good save. Good reactions there. 50-50 on whether you could have come for that first one. Didn't, but then made up for it. Kev drops nicely for him. I think he was a bit surprised by that one. Paddy, though, you know fine well. That's who you want. When you got 10 men, this is who you want in your team. A player that's going to do these horrible, horrible, selfless runs. He's taking the throw as well. No striker wants to be running into that corner, taking throw-ins, but he'll do it for his team. But it is 3v2 now as Phoenix work on getting some men back. Jacko shifts it onto that left foot, dispossessed by the, I believe it might have been Kev, but the on-rushing whole Phoenix midfield back there, happy to do a number. And they've got men on the right and the left here. Whoever's on this left-hand side, I think it might be Benny, might have been screaming for that down in the chat, I think. Tiki happy to keep the ball and probably for the best. Don't forget, 10 men of Phoenix, 14th place Phoenix at home to 3rd place Saff Prolific. Aspro does get that one away, but it's Tuanze who wins the header. Hads. Kev. Good running, and it is that man again. Paddy gives it into their man in form, Tiki. Steps across, good tackle, but again, it was in the box, and if they're going to get something out of this game, maybe they need a little bit something like a penalty, maybe? The referee, I feel, obviously we're in disagreement about this, Domino, but I feel like the referee maybe owes them here, and we did joke before that about him being a Saff Prolific fan.
That's true.
Sorry, Phoenix. It's not a laughing matter, but the Phoenix boys are doing really well so far, and not just sitting back defensively. They're mixing it with Saff at the moment.
I think they've had the better last 10 minutes.
I agree. And here we go. Benny finally gets it. He's going to try first time. Oh, Zap makes the big save. He is definitely going to be off. Why the hell not, Domino? Why the hell not? Big shot. Big save by Zap. You can see the animation that he did. And Zap was in perfect position, but you can see the animation. And here they go. Saff playing them at their own game. Well, that was always rising. And Phoenix just a bit of a sigh of relief there, I think, as that one left his boot. But
yeah, because he had time to bring that down. Where the first power shot was, it was unexpected, fair enough take on. The second one, you're expected to bring it down. It was just unlucky with the execution, but it's forward to any of those two men. You expect them got that in their locker, right? Ball.
Yeah, agreed. Final 12 minutes then. It is Phoenix, 10 men Phoenix, 0. Saff Prolific, 0. Not through want of trying, though. Cooler switches the play. Still getting hunted down, though, by the white shirts of Phoenix with 10 men. Playing through it nicely, though. SJ Clay, ace. Runner on this right-hand side. I think he just delayed it a little bit too long. Tiki looking for a ball over the top. Sentinel. What can this man do from CDM? Ball gets cut out by Paddy. 90 yards away from the opposition goal as a centre forward. Like I said, Domino, he ain't going to want to do it, but he will do it for his team. And that's what Phoenix need. And it's probably the reason Phoenix are still at 0-0. Oh dear, Ace, edge of the box, gives it to Diddy. Big tackle from Benny. What a tackle, and they've left 2 players up here, and 2 dangerous players as well. Kev. Oh, manages to slide it through. Zed Michael gets half a yard. Is he going to take the shot? No, he's not. He's going to cross it to the back post. Hads takes it down, but Diddy, who had that shot that got the last ditch tackle in from Benny, back there making the tackle, and he's ran about 90 yards to make that tackle, Domino. Oh my God, what?
Oh, the feet inside, Benny.
Behave. Here he is again, running the show from left back, edge of the box. Kev with space. Oh! Wow, that would have been the definition of smash and grab. Cribby back there doing the defensive work. Big win again, and what a second half this has been from the 10 men of Phoenix.
And they will get the last chance.
Yeah, if that had nestled there, it would have been the perfect half for Phoenix. It's not gonna. Oh no! The keeper's staying. It looks like Harky's sweeping that up nicely. To be honest, Domino, I'm gonna give the celebration as well, because Phoenix, fair play to them, unreal second half performance. Because for the first 5-10 minutes of that second half, I thought, oh no, this is gonna be a bit of a training ground, attack versus defense. I couldn't have been more wrong, Domino. I could not have been more wrong, and it won't be the first time. And it's certainly not going to be the last time I'm horrifically wrong. Phoenix take about. Saff Prolific. I feel like Saff Prolific are a team where they're going to be disappointed with not getting the result. The performance, fine. The result, not so much. If they want to go on to lift another title, they're the types of games, they're the types of scenarios that they really, really need to be picking up maximum points in.
Yeah, 8-ball, I don't disagree. I think we've seen Saff a couple of times, and Saff are a unbelievable side to watch. I just think something weren't clicking for them. I don't know what it was, 8-ball. I don't know what there was missing there. I mean, they did have really good chances. It was great blocks, unbelievable side tackles. Harky is probably in my top 4 centre-backs of all time. I genuinely think he's one of the most highest rated, in my opinion, centre-halves. Mm-hmm. And he had a wild game today.
Yeah.
It just didn't click for them. And I think if you're both teams, Phoenix under the cosh at the minute, 14th in the league, playing number 3rd, back-to-back winners, you take the point there even before the game started, I reckon.
No, I think you're spot on there. I think you're spot on. Right. Finding the next stream. And just before we do move on to that, because I will pop the teams up for you, but just one last point on, again, something you said there, Domino, is with the likes of, Mad Bad Harky and et al, the rest of the Phoenix boys, because they were sensational. We saw 2 really, really dogged defensive performances tonight so far from Mems and then from Phoenix. And we're here saying, we want goals. Obviously we do, but those 2 defensive performances, I'm sorry, they are just as good as watching 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 goals nestle in, because it's a dying art. We say it all the time. It truly is. Especially no one loads up FIFA and goes, you know what, I'm 100% gonna be a centre back. I just absolutely love getting up and down that right back area. I might not always get the ball, but you know what? They do it, and they're bloody good at what they do as well. So, yeah, fair play. And again, commiserations to Vinculum earlier on. And to be fair, I'd even go insofar as saying commiserations to Saff, because whilst it might not feel like a loss for Saff, I think it would genuinely feel like a win for Phoenix there, and hopefully that can kickstart the rest of their night and the second half or the 2/3 of the next part of the season.
Yeah, 8-ball. It was a great game. And to be fair, last shout out before we go into the next game, mate, the juggernaut in centre mid for Saff. Sentinel. Mate, what a player he is. I've only seen him play up top. I've never seen him play that deep.
No, I haven't either.
Guy's unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, it just shows you, doesn't it? If you're world class at this game, you're world class. Doesn't matter where you play. Speaking of world class, where do we start with this one? It's the 8:45, although we're way past that at the moment. Naughty boys. It's the return of the esports premier. It is PMI, 4th placed PMI, taking on second place Capricarolesque. Domino, I feel like we keep coming back to Capri this season, and every time we see them,
the coolest name.
Yeah, and the coolest badge as well. I'll say it once, I'll say it again. I don't even know why. I just really like that badge. We always come back to them, and they're always in second place, which means they're consistently very, very good. When you take a team like Capri and you put them up against a team like PMI, when we talk about styles making fights, I genuinely think this is the perfect combination of PMI, and they're going into the game. PMI being that kind of defensively resolute team, taking on, I don't want to say a carefree, because Mookie at the back, and I think it's MXBK are statistically 1 and 2 best centre backs in the league currently.
Yeah,
so
but when we see Capri play, mate, I think the last time Riyadh was their best out of the three of them. He was unbelievable.
Yeah,
so you've
exactly.
got all three that are
Yeah,
up there.
Exactly. So I don't want to say they're carefree, but when you've got Tico, Romaninho, Warren, Riyadh, it's just a plethora of attacking ability, and they're taking on Joma, who again, he's statistically the best goalkeeper in the league. You've got Antien and Bojan in central defensive midfield. They're ridiculous. This is stylistically probably the game of the night for me.
The main event of the evening.
The official main event, and we're live.
Let's go.
Chelsea kits for the Capri boys. They're not even there. They are not even there. They are not even there. Let's see if we can get a goal. No, we can't get a goal. I mean, at least now we can go back to this, because I did rush through, and I did want to rush through. Not when the two teams deserve the respect. So we'll go back to Antien and Bojan, because I was not finished talking about these two. I barely started talking about Joe Mert, but Joe Mert, phenomenal last time we saw them play. Absolutely phenomenal. Beat FG last time on the stream, 2-0. Finished 4th last season, did PMI, and I do genuinely believe that was overlooked. And when I say that, I mean by me, because I just missed that. I completely missed that. 4th place for PMI is an unbelievable achievement. So for them sitting in 4th now, I shouldn't be shocked, because they're a very, very good side, and they're just proving to people like me what a good side they are. So fair play to them. Osama up front has been phenomenal this season. I think he's got, I'm just trying to think, he's literally 3 players in the top 10 across the board. So the top 10 players in the VPG Esports Premier, 3 of them are currently playing for PMI, one of them being Osama, who I think is 3rd. So it just shows you what a good team this is, and they're not there because they were tricky to beat in the first 2 weeks. They are there because they've won half of their games. They've won 8 games out of 16 this season. That being said, 2 losses in their last 3, Domino. One of those, hear me out, was a 5-2 defeat to Apoel. This is a team who were drawing 0-0s, winning 1-0s in like their first 8 games. I think they had like 5 0-0s. It may well be a blip, or it may well be this side going, do you know what? We've done the hard bit. We've got points on the board. We've given ourselves a bit of a kind of catapult for the rest of the season. We've proven we can mix it with the best of them. Why don't we just go out and go for it? Why don't we try and match them stride for stride instead of being this team that sit back? So I might be a million miles off, and they might sit back and try and nip this 1-0. I don't think Capri are going to let them do that, which is why I think this is such an interesting setup for the game. And this is why we're actually here watching it.
No, exactly that, 8-Ball. It's the best team that wins the league, but that comes with the most consistent team. And that's what PMI have done since they've started this league, is consistency.
Yeah.
And you can see that with their goal difference and how they've kept clean sheets in a huge amount of their games. But Capri are no slouches. They are sitting there at second. So it is an interesting game here. 8-Ball, do us the honours. And we were still on this left-hand side with PMI starting really, really quickly. Normally not used to this in the VPG Prem.
No, Esports Premier, traditionally slow starters. Let's change that today, shall we, boys? And yeah, as Domino said, it's PMI from left to right in the white kit, playing against second place Capri, and they've gone out. They've gone out. Don't worry about it. Gibbo still makes the save, and we'll just come back in. Third time lucky, I reckon. Third time lucky, boys. Which is a shame because, like we said, it actually started off with a bit of gusto there. So
I know.
Sad times. It does give us more of a chance to talk about. I mean, we can have a little look at the league table if we really want to. Confirmation. I mean, I do have this in my notes to talk about a bit later on, but why not bring it forward to now? It's Team G-Mask who lead the way on 30 points ahead of Capri, who are joint level on points with FAMALICAO, who, spoiler alert, are the fourth and final game tonight. They are taking on Ultra Instinct, who they're slipping down the table, Domino. However, it's because they're not playing as many games as everyone else. So do not let them lull you into a false sense of security, because they will punish you. So what a game that's going to be later on. But
well, and just going into stuff like that, when you come up against teams, I mean, there are are one of the big three, let's say, in this league. The big three that you think are going to go on and try and win at G-Mask or another one. Any team that comes up against Fama, it's a cup game for them. Yep. It's a cup final game. And you treat it as a cup final. You look who you've got in. It's like, wow, we've got Fama. We've got them at home. You're not it sounds bad, but you're not expected to win the game. Mm-hmm. So you get up for it more. You go out there and play with a certain type of confidence and freedom. So it's going to be exciting. Any game that has Fama in it and the G-Mask and the likes of those teams, it is always entertaining. 8-Ball.
And we were talking about the two best centre backs in the league earlier on. Sorry, just going back to the lineups as well. They've also got the two best wide midfielders in the league as well. And this is something I didn't get a chance to touch on. Is one of those wide midfielders, Romaninho, who we know extremely well on this channel, an absolute baller. He has moved from left or right midfield to come and play up front with Warren Beast tonight. So, I mean, you've seen him, Domino. He runs the game from fullback. He runs the game from wide midfield. Chances are he can run the game from striker as well.
Look, I don't know as much as these guys playing, so I'm in no position to tell them how to play. Romaninho is a player that shouldn't receive the ball with his back to goal. He should receive the ball going towards goal. Maybe that's the tactic. He's just a player that unlocks defence. I love watching him on the left-hand side. Maybe I'm a bit biased because I love him in that position. Yeah. And I want him more off the ball.
I mean, today, Domino, today is the day where people are changing positions and it's paying dividends. So why not? I know Romaninho probably plays striker more than Sentinel plays CDM. However, it's a good little leeway into this kickoff. Third time of asking. And it will be. I thought it might have been Romaninho to kick us off. It wasn't. It was his strike partner, Warren Beast. We almost got it, ladies and gentlemen. Capri in the black, as we well know. PMI in the white, as we well know, because it's the third time of asking. EA Sports take a bow. Ryan on the right-hand side threatens to go to the byline. Nazir comes back to Tico Beast playing in cam tonight. Capone, we know he's got a strike on him. Choma, what a big save. Went in slow motion, the big man.
Yeah, 8-Ball, and he got that through a lot of bodies there. Well watched by the keeper, and it was a great save. Good positioning. Early warning shot there, 8-Ball.
And here's another one with MXBK, but it's gone over the bar. And PMI, again, it's another fast start, but it's Capri's turn this time. Maybe because they actually loaded in. Oh no, Romaninho's caught them out. Goes for Tico Beast. Do you know what, Dom? I thought it might be offside there. Carrying on playing. Warren Beast this time gets the shot. Yeah, it went like a rocket. Riot on this right-hand side again. Happy just to keep the ball. I mean, I think I don't want to be too cruel, but I think Capri will be disappointed they didn't get at least a shot on goal there. Again, it's blocked. PMI proving their defensive capabilities. Shut up, 8-Ball, as Ryan marches his way through, and Mario happy to clear his lines. PMI have got players up, but MXBK will take it off him. And Capri come again, Domino.
Yeah, PMI do need to stop this tide because, like I said, pressure drags you down into deep waters, and for the first virtual 10 minutes, it's been all Capri. But PMI have got it here. We know they are a fast-moving team, and they've got it all the way on this right-hand side. He is cut in. Great work there.
Yeah, Kells has done.
All the way
Kells
back,
has done well there.
Out.
Headed on by Romaninho to his new strike partner,
Warren
Beast. That's a ball through. Power shot first time. Joe Mert came out and just kind of closed the angle. And I think that was the right decision, because I think if he'd stayed rooted, there's one of those that goes top corner, and it really does struggle to get your goalkeeper to move towards there. So again, that's why he's playing at the top level.
Yeah, you can't say it's the wrong decision when he keeps it out, no matter what he does, as long as he keeps it out.
100%. Antien to Lopez, back to Antien. Baller build available on Pro Club's weekly YouTube channel. Go and check it out. I'll plug that one till I'm dead. And Mario's lost out. Here comes Romaninho. Expect a trick or two, but the trick is the through ball. It rattles off the crossbar, bounces off the line. Nothing given. Referee is not looking at his watch. He's not looking at it because it's not going off. I don't know how that didn't go in. Romaninho unselfishly slides his strike partner through, and Capri will not come closer than that without scoring. I guarantee you of that. But once again, Domino, is Romaninho picking up on a loose ball and just feeding his strike partner, but to no avail. Are Capri going to rue those two missed chances?
They've got to 8-Ball. I mean, sometimes you get you get spells of pressure. That's the time these big teams in this big league can make it count. Capri currently haven't. It's still very early in the game, but they know they're running dangerous here because PMI can hit you at any time. And they're here with the corner. Well done by the keeper. Read it really well. And literally plucked it off his head. Yeah.
Gibbo's done well there. Sprays it out to this left-hand side. Kells keeps it in. Mookie will pick it back up. Statistically, the best defender on the planet right now.
Bar none.
Alvarez. Again, PMI almost getting caught out. Just trying to play it out from the back. And it's the centre-backs that are causing the trouble here, Domino. It's the centre-backs trying to get it into either strikers or their midfield. Been caught out 2 or 3 times now. Oh, that's a terrible parry. EA has done him no good there. Gibbo spills it to the on-rushing man, and PMI Esports, joined by Joe Mert with the celebration. I mean, we did say, would Capri rue those missed chances? And my God, have they.
8-Ball, and we were just saying 8-Ball, you get those spells in possession where you need to make it count because you can get hurt, and it's similar like the first game that we called tonight. 8-Ball, it's buying a ticket. You bought the ticket,
fair play.
Rebounded it out, and it's been gifted back to him. But I wouldn't say PMI deserve it on the play, but they deserve it on their resilience defending here.
Romaninho gets the shot off. Joe Mert again.
It's just their 8-Ball. They're going to think, what do we have to do to try and get a goal here, 8-Ball? Because they've thrown the kitchen sink. Bar, line, out, shot got saved, rebound was whiskers away from his feet. Didn't get it. 8-Ball. It is hard out there for the Capri boys.
I mean, he's pulling off saves like it's nothing. That was a save with the wrong hand. And he's just there with the ball in his hands, like, yep, it's just what I do. That's why he's the top-rated goalkeeper statistically. We don't have favourites, of course, and that he's proving why, Domino. Proving why. Stats don't lie. Tico Beast, Nazir, Warren Beast, all the beasts. Up in the air, headed away. Dino finds it. Hint of offside. Regardless, it goes out for a throw-in. MXBK will get us restarted. Deep in the Capri half. This is not where they want to be. 10 minutes remaining. 1-0 to PMI. arguably their first. Well, I guess it was their second shot because it was a rebound. Shock horror. Nobody watching is going to be surprised to hear that it was a rebound. But this is what happens when you don't put your chances away for Capri effectively. But this is what happens when we said it yesterday. We weren't streaming yesterday. We said it Tuesday, Domino, about getting yourself a world-class goalkeeper and just going through the motions as a team and letting your goalkeeper dig you out every now and then. That is literally what has happened here. And my God, PMI are thriving from it. What a big tackle that is by this man, Calzinho. Back there doing his defensive duties very well. Gaffer, Bojan down the line. PMI just turning it on now.
Yeah, I mean, it's... Oh, again, it's loose there. Oh. And you've got a team flooding through there. Oh my God, that's a great pass again. Well done. Great interception. Turn it across. Yeah, get it out. And this is the thing. PMI, statistically, and since we said they're a hard team to beat, they're a hard team to score against, they're showing why there. I mean, there has been huge spots of luck, but they're resilient, 8-ball. And when they get chances, you know they're clinical. It's all for Capri to do here, and they're running out of time in the first half, but they have got a corner.
Send everyone forward. Get everyone in there. Get that goal before half-time. Yeah, send the keeper up. We are into added time of 1 minute. If Capri can get a goal here, that would change things significantly. Fires it in. Warren Beast wins it, but it is going to be a goal kick. And I think if PMI have got any sense here, they'll run this down and then they'll go long. They don't go long. They eventually go long just to prove me wrong. And what a ball that is, by the way. Oh, wow. That was harsh. That was harsh. Domino, do you know what? I didn't think they'd play it to the centre-back's feet because of the rotten luck they've had so far of playing from those three centre-backs into that midfield. And the one time I said, don't do it, they did it. They played the man through. Referee had other ideas. And don't get me wrong, it was 46 minutes, but they were in that final third, and that could have been... Take it away.
Yeah, it's dangerous, 8-ball. I think PMI are actually playing a very, very dangerous game. They are a goal ahead. The runner play suggests Capri, it should be level or Capri in front here. Capri are so dangerous. Their transitions are so quick. It's 1 or 2 touch. They make very, very little mistakes in the midfield or even in the final third. They're just getting snuffed out right at the end where the power shots are going to be hit. They could have had 2 8-ball, barring out and whiskers away from the rebound. I think PMI need to start matching them stride for stride, because I do think if Capri start getting more on the front foot here, that they could be a goal down. So yeah, I think PMI need to retain the ball a little better, but carry on defending the way they should.
It has been the evening of defensive masterclasses, and are we about to see our third one in a row here from PMI? If they can do such a thing, they will walk away with all 3 points, and it will take them to within a point of Capricarolesque. But at the moment, there's still a big chunk of this game left to play. Both sides definitely still in it. Keep watching this one, boys and girls at home, because there's going to be drama here. You could just feel it. This game is on a knife edge, and it's either going to be a cheeky 1-0 or we're going to see a big swing here. Mark my words. Longo.
I do think, again, PMI, to be fair, some of the pressure has been from mistakes coming from centre halves or the CDMs playing out.
Usama slides it through to Rao. Yeah, fantastic ball into Usama's feet. Riyad, good 50-50. Lopez does fantastically well. And this is what I mean, Domino. There's a reason why they were not conceding any goals. They didn't just have a good track record. They just weren't conceding goals. When you have a look at this team in white, this PMI side, every single one of their players is a good 1v1 defender.
Yeah.
And yes, they've given the ball away. Dino, fantastic tackle there. They've given the ball away, which has led to the Capri chances. But other than that, Capri have struggled to really break them down from open play because they are so individually so solid.
Yeah, I think when they leave their players 1 versus 1, it is a hard task for any team to break them down. I think Capri need to do what they're doing here, moving the ball nice and quick.
Yeah.
Don't actually get isolated in the one-on-one attack. Pass it around in your triangles, try and get around them. What they don't want to do is be lackluster on the ball in there and get them to cut out. Keep moving it nice and quick. But it always leaves that PMI counter-attack.
Like this.
Very well done.
Yeah, Riad gets back, makes the tackle on Usama. Don't forget, he is ranked 3rd best player statistically. No favourites. Here he is, sending players for a Twix. Tries to swing it in. Riad does well. Nizir comes back as well. And yeah, PMI happy with this second half and the way it's gone so far. Matching Capri a little bit more than maybe that first half. I think from a Capri point of view is get Romaninho on the ball a little bit more, because he's not the only time he's touched the ball is from interceptions or tackling the centre halves. You get that man on the ball and he will make things happen. It's whether or not he thinks he's got the freedom to do that in that striker position, which is not usually afforded to him.
Yeah, look, I'm not as good as these players out here, but like I said at the beginning of this stream, I'm not pretending to be the manager here, but he is the most dangerous when he can get on the ball and when his back's not to goal in positions like that, 8-ball, in exactly positions like that. He needs to be the person that's not facing the back to goal, where he's got the ball and he can run at you. He can hurt you in so many different ways. Shots on goal, killer passes, dragging the man's with him. And they just need to get that man involved.
I think having him out wide, and again, Mario just dicing with death, gets away with it. When you've got a play like that, when you play them wide, that's where you get the most time on the ball, other than obviously centre back. But that's where that's why he thrives so much, because he gets so much of the ball, because you can ping it. When he touches the ball here, not a good example, but when he gets that ball down, he's got space and he's got time. He can hurt teams. Playing him striker, unless you're going to continuously feed him, like Fama do with Luca, like Volt do with La Tormenta, unless you're going to keep feeding him, I do think it's quite pointless to have him there.
Yeah. I mean, he nearly just popped up with the goal, and fair play.
But that's because they're going to feed his feet. If you feed his feet, just keep feeding him. It might be the ebb and flow of the game. He might be struggling to get in because PMI is shielding it. I know fine well, but we're trying to say more positive things about Capri and Romaninho than we are negative, for sure.
Absolutely, 8-ball. But it doesn't matter what we say here, 8-ball. They have got close to 15 virtual minutes to get this right. And they are, like I said, the table is the table. 4th per second. This is a 6-point game.
Yeah.
And PMI just resilient. And I think that'd just be too far for him. He had 2 options there, 8-ball.
He did left and right. Yeah, left and right.
And just wait to see which one was on.
And interestingly, PMI, those white shirts, Domino, were flooding forward. I think they've got that in the back of their mind that we'll sit in, but if there's a chance to break, you bet your bottom dollar we're going to break. And that's exactly what it looked like they were going to do there. Mookie.
Yeah, because it's getting to the stage where it is emergency striking time and the centre half needs to go. And you can see how stretched this game is, 8-ball. They're leaving one centre half back.
Calzinho gets in. Rad does well to keep it on. Needed to be a little bit shorter, but that ball down the line, I think it was Raul who won the ball back well initially, didn't release it, and that's the kind of thing that's going to kill PMI. That can undo all of their good work if they don't release it when they need to. They seem to be doing it now. Dino keeps a hold of it. Fantastic work from him. The gaffer, Bojan, out to Di Longo. Happy to keep it. Running that clock down. Showed a bit too much of it to the opposition. But don't worry.
You're going to give the ball away, Paul. You give the ball away there. It is Capri's turn to attack on this right-hand side. They haven't got that many bodies in the box.
They really don't.
Hold it back there. As you said, 8-ball earlier, the one-on-one defending is spot on.
Adri Lopez has had a fantastic game at left back or left centre back. He's been brilliant. Here is Mookie. I think if that was anyone else other than a centre half, Domino, I think we might have seen the power shot gauge. Instead, it's going to fall to Usama. Big skills from that man. Mookie, though. That's number 3 in the world. Plays against.
You're doing it again.
Number three in the world. Plays against the best centre back in the world. Something's got to give there, and it did. Mookie stepped across him nicely. However, it is Osama's PMI currently in the lead, and we're just seeing tit for tat at the moment. Childish. 2 minutes left, Domino. Are we going to... I told you it's going to be 1-0 or there's going to be drama. We couldn't have both. Taken short. Are we going for the game management? Yes, we are. If you are beating second place, he's offside.
Oh, I thought he was on 8, but I thought the other one was off.
Yeah, I thought the other one was off. To be fair, he probably was, Domino. He probably was onside, but the little electric assistant up there put his flag up, so... EA going to flag for it. We're into stoppage time now. Capri, this has been... I feel bad for Capri because this has been the fastest half in history. Is he offside again? He's on. Oh, Osama drops the shoulder. He's going through one-on-one. Oh, he didn't take the bait. He didn't professionally foul him. He didn't need to. And that is game, set, and match. I mean, arguably for the last 20-30 minutes, that was probably the closest we came. PMI, I'm just going to say it now, and I apologize to Capri because they won't like me saying it. PMI didn't need to break a sweat. For 30 minutes of that second half, PMI were in... I wouldn't say they were in control, but they were more than happy to sit off them, knowing fine well, 1v1, they were winning everything. And that first half, I think, gave them the confidence to be able to do that, Domino.
I think Capri, in that first half, was so direct, so quick moving the ball, really good patches of play. I think PMI caught on to what they were doing, dropped off a yard, waiting for them to come in and face them 1 versus 1. What I think the problem was in the second half, PMI kind of worked them out a little bit and they knew what they were doing defensively. Capri didn't really change the game plan when it wasn't working, and PMI got very comfortable in there. And it just goes to show 8-Ball. I think that second half was very much a 50-50 battle where Capri needed to go win it. It was not a snatch and grab by any means. PMI, no. The goal was the goal, don't get me wrong. It was fortunate enough to fall back to him. But what went on after that goal, 8-Ball, the resolute defending, the passing, the moving, keeping them at bay, and not really, Capri not really troubling their goal. It was a solid 1-0 performance, and it's a PMI special. That's what we're going to call it. It is a PMI special.
1-0 is the PMI special, and it's fine margins in the VPG Esports Premier. We know it's always going to be, and like you said, Domino, were they fortunate with the goal? Yes, they certainly were. Were they fortunate about how they defended? No, they weren't, because that was just sheer skill and sheer willpower got them through that game. And like we said, it is the night of defensive masterclasses, the third in a row. And are we about to see a fourth, Domino? Because it is time. Ultra Instinct going to need to be at their defensive best to keep out FAMALICAO, who have just put 3 past, I think that was Regnum. So Fama come into this game in a bit of form. They're, as we did see from the league table, currently sit in third. They do have games in hand though, so expect them, if they're going to pick up 3 points like they just did there, expect them to go marching up the table. But that makes it 10 wins in 14 games for FAMALICAO. They're a force to be reckoned with, put it that way. Yep. We all know that anyway, so why don't we start with Ultra Instinct? Shout out to the Hammer. Shout out to the Hammer.
Well, I was about to say, like, where can we start?
Have to start. We have to start there.
It's got to start with a player who is capable of taking on those boys 1 versus 1. Hamarovic is an unbelievable player. 8-Ball, we know, you know, the people at home know. Class guy on and off the pitch. And he will definitely be needed in this team.
Yep. For the likes of Hamarovic, Gio Sol as well. Fantastic player in that base of midfield for Ultra Instinct. I imagine he'll be busy tonight. The key task for him will be how to keep Mr. Nayshaw quiet. The cam for FAMALICAO with just his 6 assists so far this season, of course.
Slacking.
5th best CDM in the league is Gio Sol. A very, very good player each time we've seen him play. 12th last season, Ultra Instinct now in the dizzy heights of 8th. Of course, they were 2nd at one point. A bit like FAMALICAO, Domino, they do have those games in hand, but it's whether or not they can turn those games in hand into points on the board. I think that's going to be a massive point for Ultra Instinct tonight. So if anyone from Ultra Instinct is in the chat, let us know how they got on in that first game. It would be very intriguing to know, because Domino, they've only lost 2 games out of 13 so far this season. And again, with us being sat up here, we try and call it as we see it. Would I put Ultra Instinct into that category of being a team who only lost 2 out of the first 13 this season? I wouldn't have, no. I think they're performing above maybe what is kind of in front of us on paper, and that's good for them. That's really good for them.
Yeah.
Can they carry that on though, Domino?
Yeah, well, we covered them on the Monday game when they faced One Mind in the 0-0 draw. They were excellent in that game, defensively, like they will be, because you know One Mind's talent all the way through the pitch. But they kept the main man's quiet. They kept the Freezy quiet. They kept the attacking force quiet. They're going to do the exact same here against this FAM team. But this FAM team, 8-Ball, we're going to have to talk about them, because there is just
easier said than done, isn't it?
Absolute haze, yeah.
It's easier said than done. Let's start with the slightly negative point, which doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense, because the positive is they've got Luca and NGK up front.
That's all you need, mate.
The potential negative on that is they've got 8 goals between them this season. So
yeah, it's odd. It is odd.
It is. Whether or not they just stopped doing stats, I don't know. If they did, let us know, because their goal difference is plus 11 this season. Quite clearly, they've been banging in goals. If they're not coming from those two, yes, they've got the likes of Chisato. Yes, they've got the likes of Dreezy, who got that 87th minute winner from the edge of the box a couple of streams ago. Of course, they've got the players to do that, but sitting towards the top of the table with 2 informed strikers, 2 of the best strikers in the world, you would expect them to have more than that. So whether it's just a case of FAMALICAO turning up, doing their business, picking up a 1-0 win and being done and dusted with it, maybe that is the case. They did win before tonight, their last 2 games 1-0. So maybe that's the new FAMALICAO.
I think teams do shell up when they play FAMALICAO, and I think Ultra will be the same. The thing is, when you know when teams, they're very, very well known now. They've been in the league and talked about the last however many seasons as the team to beat every single time. As soon as the league table gets announced, they're like, right, okay, FAMALICAO, when do we play them? When do we have them? So I do think teams might actually change and adapt to face them. Like, right, let's not get the wide backs too high. Let's tuck in. Let's keep it tight, which makes it hard for FAMA to play. But it shows that they've got goals for in different positions, and it's not only their attacking force. When you've got 2 of the like Jesus and Edu Martinez, both world-class keepers. You've got Barisha at the back there. It's just throughout the whole team, throughout the whole spine. It's incredible, 8-Ball.
Yeah, and it's a good place to start with FAMA as well. Edu Martins dons the gloves tonight. Brecha made it into our Pro Clubs Weekly Team of the Year last year. For again, I call it his breakout season. It's the season he became known to us. It's a very selfish team that we made, but it's still a good recognition of some of the best players out there.
Yep.
However, Brecha, yes, he's been fantastic. Troy are on the other side as well as Brecha. The 2 of those have been insane. And then when you put Vasao into the mix as well, we talk about all the time, Domino, the teams that have got those solid back 3 and then the keeper behind them, they're the teams that are tough to break down. And Taziek's missing tonight, who normally features alongside Dreezy. I would say he's kind of more of your runner. He's the one who can break up play a little bit more, whereas Dreezy is the headline act. If Nogueira can come in and do that for Taziek, then I think they'll do well, because that protection that they give that back 3 is second to none. It's the way they're able to do that, but also look so dangerous on the attack as well, with the likes of Chisato, with the likes of Nashor, NGK and Luca. And I do think, and I touched upon this last time we watched FAMA play, I do think it's because they've got that, everyone knows their role, Domino. They know they need to get the ball to Luca If they can't get it to Luca, get it to Nashor. NGK will just do his bits. You know, he'll be like Romaninho was last game. He'll feed off scraps, or when Nashor and Luca get it, he'll be the next pass from them. But very rarely is he the person who drops deep to come and make something happen. He's your end product. He's your Andy Cole.
Yeah, 8-ball.
Showing my age a bit there.
I was about to say.
For those of you who don't know, Andy Cole is what we used to call a striker. If you don't know what a striker is either, it's because no team plays with them anymore, especially not two. And that's what we've got here. We've got a kind of York and Cole situation with Luca and NGK, and I think it's what served Poise, now Fama, very, very well in the last few seasons.
Yeah, and I think because we've covered them enough times, like we know a lot more about them than we might do some other teams that are not on the channel, like, to be fair, as frequently as they've been obviously previous seasons, is because, and they've all stayed together, which means there's some teams that we cover that they've got new players coming in. This is a core bunch of people that we've covered a lot of time. The one thing they do have, and I believe this is probably their best attribute compared to other teams, they don't just have a plan A. In that last game that we watched with Capri, there was a plan A and there was a plan A.1. There was no real plan B, C, or D. And you've seen Fama, if something's not working, how are we going to switch it up? Are we going to put runners inside? Are we going to throw... The amount of times they've thrown an emergency striker that's gone up top and one of the CDMs has filled in that position. They have got different plans throughout what stage of the game, if they're losing, winning, drawing, when to change it up, and it all comes down to management. And I think the tactical advantages as well as the players' mechanics is what they have over some other teams.
No, I totally agree. And I think it's only fair to give Ultra Instinct a shout out here as well, because with the likes of Not Alvarez, I mean, Not Alvarez is a player who in a few seasons I do think a team like Fama could be sniffing around and saying, look, you know, you would be a good fit for this side. And I think that just having seen Not Alvarez play, and the invite's just been sent over, guys, so we are good to go. Having seen him play the last few times, and again in the last game cycle, he is very much a player who I think could go and play for one of your out and out, you know, top 4 teams. If Ultra Instinct can keep a hold of him and keep those players around him, keeping him happy as well. So your likes of Almereda, who's been fantastic this season, by the way, and Trasgu behind them. I think if they can get those players feeding the likes of Not Alves, I think that will keep him happy and make him want to stay. I think it's when they start to... if he ever starts to go hungry for this side, I think that might spell danger, holding on to a man of his talents. Yeah.
And like I said, with this, same with the Fama team, it's all about keeping those players keen, keeping those players hungry. But the wait is almost over, 8-ball. It is over, and kickoff time for our main event.
The main event of the evening. It is Ultra Instinct in the Leon kit, the black and red, from left to right, taking on FAMALICAO from right to left in the white and blue. For your viewing pleasure at home, don't forget to subscribe to VPG YouTube channel. We do this every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, 8 o'clock. I'm going to say sharp. It's never sharp. But be there at 8 o'clock, because we usually actually just talk for a little bit and it's quite fun. Chisato loses out Ultra Instinct, and the hammer. I'm going to cheer for the hammer.
Oh, mate. Yeah,
goes long.
We should have a clip highlight on the hammer before this game started.
Sure, over the top. Yeah, he is. They head back to Chris Boras, who goes long. First time of asking, and that's why, because he saw that man, Almereda, by himself, gives it to Giles and Brecher and co. Do well. NGK back there, or is that Nogueira? It's Nogueira. Don't pay any attention to me. Here is NGK to Luca with the feet. Tries to slide it through, and Geo Sol is going to have to do a lot of that this evening. If Ultra Instinct are going to get anything out of this game, it is Giles who wins that back, but it's going to come straight back at them. Zinni over on that right-hand side tonight to Nogueira. Dreezy threatens to come inside, then comes inside. And Luca trying to let one go.
Iron early, 8-ball.
Yeah, why not? Why not? Nogueira does really well there. And again, good start from him, but Omega this time goes long. Brecha wins the header. Fantastic header from him. And Gonzalo, as you would expect, with that pink afro, central centre-back, one of the best in the business. Luca stabs it through. Here is Zinni on the right-hand side, straight down the throat of Chris Bora, and pings one off the back of NGK's head, so it will go back to Fama. To Chisato, we know what a goal threat this man is. The Hammer, though, does not care. He does not care if you're a goal threat or not. Good 1v1 defending from him, and wins his team a goal kick.
What I like about the Hammer is he's not going to he's got to show anyone that respect, that professional respect, should I say. He's going to play his game regardless of who you are, and his game normally fits the bill.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, that mentality is what makes a good player, I think. Clearly not fazed by the task at hand, and I think it shows in his performances as well. Gio Sol.
Yeah.
To Giles. Seen a lot of the ball early on. Almereda. I tell you who's not seen a lot of the ball, though. It's not Alvarez.
Yeah.
Brecha, sends a man for a Twix. Very good play from him. Dangerous stuff, Domino. Almost had a heart attack.
Yeah, until that moment, 8-ball, where they gave the ball away in that final third, that would have been a very positive side. They played it from back to front with the heavy pressing team. That gives you just a little bit of confidence to show sometimes this team is human. We can do this to them, and we can carry on doing it to them. So all of those stuff are confidence boosters, building blocks for them to mount the next attack, but they've got to stop this attack.
Yeah, Chisato does well, but is eventually snuffed out by Trasgu. NGK with the feet, definitely fouled, nothing given. Maybe the referee is an Ultra Instinct fan, eh, Domino? Luca slides it through to Nayshaw. Got a combination, but a role reversal combination. Does go to no avail. Trasgu goes early doors. And do you know what I love about Gonzalo, Domino? Not just the pink afro and the pink gloves to suit, but he plays like a sweeper. He sweeps 10, 15, 20 yards behind everyone else. And it just means that Fama very rarely get countered over the top because of that man. Neither did Poise, to be honest.
But yeah, you say that a lot of teams don't do that 8-ball.
No.
To give it away.
Oh wow!
He did not want that. He did not want that.
It's world class. It's world class defending in the end. But yeah, keeper did not want it. Did well. Not Alvarez. Here he is. Shifts onto that right foot, and there is the CDM Dreezy back there, Domino. And I know you love to see a CDM shift. The positioning of him there, basically in his 6-yard box, waiting to strike. That's got to be something, right?
Oh mate, Drees is absolutely unbelievable, and shameless plug, baller build on our Pro Clubs Weekly channel. But he is an incredible player, and to be fair, he can do it all. He's that Rodri mate for them, an absolute Rodri kind of player.
Nayshaw loses out to Omega. Good start to the game from him. I say start to game. It's 36 minutes in, Domino. This game has flown by. It's I wouldn't say it's on a knife edge. It's an interesting start. I'm hooked. I'm hooked. It's like when you get a good intro to a film. I'm hooked. I'm hooked on the storyline. I want to know more about this character development. I want to know more about this guy, Luca. Trasgu, though, the villain.
They have got runners.
Over the top. Finds Almereda. It's going to be given away, but there, that man there is Dreezy again. Edge of the box. Seol gives it to Almereda. Gets a bit of space.
What a
humongous save from Edu Martins.
I didn't think he was there, 8-ball. I did not think he was there. And then all of a sudden, instant teleported to his near post.
Near post. Martins, I think, punched that away. Swings it in first time, Gonzalo there. And you know it's him because of the pink afro. Flicked on by Nayshaw to no avail. Trasgu, bit of lag there. He's got it back down, though. Luca. Men on the right-hand side. Takes one for the team. Coming up to half-time now. It's still 0-0. Ultra Instinct playing FAMALICAO. NGK loses out, but Chisato there to pick something up, and it's just carnage. That's from before. That's not the man who made this foul. And now we are in range. It's gonna be Luca, LR1, of course. Who else? Look at the clock just before halftime. If he could
I
fire this
I like
home.
the makeshift wall here. Look at the makeshift wall they've put up. They've got everybody in there. It is absolute chaos. They're getting ushered out here. The security's in, trying to clear a gap in the wall.
Oh, big save from Chris Boras. He went the other side, Dominic. He would have fooled me. I think, don't get me wrong, if I was in net, a lot of shots would go in, but I think I would have gambled on the other side. So he's done well there. Goalkeeper near post. It's Brecha stepping up on the biggest of stages. Puts his team 1-0 up on the stroke of half-time. The man has done it. What a signing for this Fama side, and what a header for the new Fama man. Half-time.
It's something I'm actually annoyed with us that we did not talk about. How many goals do we see from set piece and corner routines from Fama?
To be fair, yeah, and they only seem to score from set pieces when they need to. They're not winning.
Exactly
They're not winning
that,
like 3 or 4-0 and they go and score a corner. It's not what they do.
Nope.
When it's 0-0, when it's tense, when they've not wholly looked like scoring, they deliver the goods. And again, we spoke about fine margins in the last game. The same thing is happening here, Domino. And are we going to see a FAMALICAO masterclass in defense? Is this going to finish 1-0, Domino?
Ultra have had some good field possession in the field, but they haven't really troubled the Fama defense all too much. 8-ball, I'd like to think Ultra have got a goal in them though. There's enough signs there that they can pass through Fama. They just need one opportunity to fall. But I can't say this is going to be a 1-0 dogged defending performance. There's definitely more goals in this.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Here we go then. Final half of the week, of the VPG week. Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, 8 p.m. till late. Be there or be square. It is Ultra Instinct 0, FAMALICAO 1. Brecha, this man, number 99, on the stroke of half-time, heading home from the corner. An absolute bullet of a header. And what have both of these teams got in store for different reasons? Luca lays it off to NGK. Goes near post. Chris Boras makes the save. And to be fair, Domino, there's us saying they haven't had any clear-cut chances. He's had a bloody good game. Oh my god, yeah. Speaking of good games. He's a monster, Domino. He's a monster.
Yeah. Monster, mate.
Monster. Hammer. To this right-hand side, it's going to get the FAMALICAO backline turning, but Troya is there and switches the play totally and utterly. Will get chased down by Omega, who will get it back to feet. Good bit of recycling from this Ultra Instinct side. They're giving it to the quarterback, Hammer. Good feet from him down the line, inside. They're trying to play through this press, and I say trying, Domino. They're succeeding. They look really good. Ultra Instinct, one too many, though. And FAMALICAO. And Nashor takes one for the team there. He is going to pick up a booking for his troubles. I don't think he needed to leave one on him, but maybe just showing that frustration, Domino, because that was a good... There was a good start to the attack. They'd managed to play through that initial press, just unable to get it into strikers' feet within, you know, striking range, that 30, 40-yard range. Speaking of striking range, it's Luca to his strike partner. Into the middle. It's going to fall to Nashor. Backsticks on if Chisato can make it. Very good idea. Very, very good idea. And how many times do we see that in a game of FAMALICAO Domino? That Nashor to Chisato. Yeah.
Again, it's one of the key triangles, Bermuda triangles, 8-ball. It's impressive. But I tell you what, there is something here. Oh, 8-ball. Oh, 8-ball.
I know. The worst timing. The worst timing.
Let's see if I can pull this here.
Here we go. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We're back. We are back. 25 minutes left. Ultra Instinct in possession. They would never have forgiven me if we missed a goal there. Hammer into Alvarez. Or not Alvarez. Jowls. Stabbed over the top. Trasgo's got half a yard. It's Almereda. Big save. Parried out into danger, though. No one in a black shirt able to pick it up. They will recycle nicely, though. That is a theme we're seeing. Jowls looks like a tidy player, by the way, Domino.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. 8-ball.
Soul. gets it back from the Hammer to Giles again. Got that freedom to do what he wants out on this left wing. And what he wants to do is swing it in. Troyer heads clear. Trasgu with a massive header. That's got about 40 yards. McCabe's
doing really well here.
edge of the box, headed down. It's Almeida. Gonzalo's there, but it is McCabe slides it in, and there's the equalizer. It was on the cards because Ultra Instinct, this second half, in particular, this last 10 minutes, have really turned up the heat on FAMALICAO, and they got their just rewards. One apiece, 19 minutes left, Domino.
And I've told you, 8-Ball, they were working it really well. They were playing through the thirds. I just thought there was something there for them, 8-Ball. There was something there for them. And I think Fama were doing what Fama do best. They were holding the ball. They were doing really well. But it's an excellent goal. And it was a very, very hard-worked goal. They didn't give up on those chances. They followed things in. But it's going to be hard to keep this Fama team out and keep them at bay for the next 15 minutes. But is there a win in here for the team, 8-Ball? And they are on the front foot as we speak.
Wow. Yeah, here they come. And all of a sudden, I feel like the tide has shifted a little bit. I feel like at half time with Brecha getting that goal, Fama had the tails up. And I think they started well in the second half, coming out looking the more likely to score. But a Jowls-inspired Ultra Instinct have really just taken this game from FAMALICAO, because the first 10 minutes, it looked like Fama were going to, if anyone was going to score, it was going to be them. But we know how they finish games. They're very, very strong finishers of games, and this man usually has a say in it. NGK, his strike partner, taking one high up there. And again, he's just getting harassed. Gives him one back, and there's going to be a few bookings here, because I think the man who made the tackle is going to get booked, and I saw someone else.
Oh!
Wow.
I think a little bit ahead.
Wow. Okay, then. So, off goes NGK. Surprisingly, because he took two before that, as I said. And the man who gave him that has also been booked as well. Here he is. Yeah, it's not the first strange red card we've seen tonight.
Right, 8-Ball. Obviously, we know anything less than a win is not good enough for Fama. Would they reserve themselves here for a draw? What is your thought?
I mean, right now they take it, because this man, not Alves, is on the prowl. Oh, wow. Wow. Nogueira. Big tackle from that man. Interception. 4 minutes. And I think what we should be asking are, do Ultra Instinct go for blood here?
100% 8-Ball. What a time can you get to beat one of the best teams in the land?
Yeah.
When you're 1-1, you've got 2 virtual minutes to play, and they're a man down. Yeah, I think you've got to throw caution to the wind here, and think the 3 points might be available for you.
Yeah, I agree. Almeida gets to the byline, crosses it in. Man goes down, nothing given. Sol loses out. Nashaw to Lucas' feet. Is he going to run his man? Yes, he is. But it's the Hammer. He has no respect for anyone. Into the stands. And are Fama going to try and build something here, or are they going to walk away with a point, lick their wounds?
It doesn't look like that. Yes, 8-Ball.
Absolutely. Game, set, and match. We give the cheers for Ultra Instinct and for FAMALICAO. A very, very good game. A very, very interesting game, Domino. And it's a very esports primary game for this season. Season, I think.
Oh, I thought it was. I think exactly that, 8-Ball. I think Fama went 1-0 up. Ultra pegged it back by just sheer hard work, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Being in the right places, trying to, again, put pressure as they can. And they scored. It's a great finish, but it was a scrappy goal. After that, you're 1-1. You don't know which way the momentum's going. Is Fama going to come out and attack you? Does Ultra have the bit between their teeth where they can push on for a second? And at that point, it kind of didn't catch any more fire. I think they kind of reserved themselves to the 1-1. But you're playing at the highest level with the highest of stakes in mind.
I think that's always important for us to remember up here, and for those of you at home to remember is, I'm going to say it, I reckon it looks a lot easier than people think. And I think if you put anyone into that pressure cooker, because don't forget, if you win this league, if you finish in whatever position in this league, you get not only prestige, you get the money as well. And these teams are playing for the money. You know, sponsors are involved, team owners are involved. You know, we know it all too well, Domino. You know, we've done both of those things, and it puts so much pressure on teams, spectators, players, commentators. It really does. And what you're seeing is the best in the world go hammer and tong under such intense pressure. And that is why we tune in every week to see that, Domino. It's the best of the best doing the most under pressure job, I think, in pro clubs at the moment is turning up here and being commentated on by Pro Clubs Weekly, Domino.
Oh, what could you wish for? 8-ball, some unbelievable games, it's tense moments all the way through. A 2-1, a 0-0, a 1-0, a 1-1. 8-ball, there was no landslide games there. Every single game was gripped to the wire. I am tired, 8-ball, and we're halfway through the season.
Let's do some shameless plugging then. If you are still in the chat, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe to this channel, because this is the channel Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, 8 p.m. till late, or normally around about 10 o'clock. It's live streams during the season, which are 7 or 8 weeks. We're live streaming every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. So make sure you subscribe, turn those notifications on, and just come and join us. If you're playing, have us on in the background. Maybe put it on 4 or 5G just so it doesn't interfere with your games. But get involved any way you can. And of course, Pro Clubs Weekly, it is brought to you by us. We're a YouTube channel in ourselves. So again, we're constantly doing stuff for pro clubs, for competitive pro clubs. And we do the weekly wrap up of this league, of the UK Premier, of everything VPG. That is on every Sunday at 7 p.m. without fail. Because we made a commitment, and my God, are we gonna...
You guys.
By hook or by crook, it doesn't matter how many sleepless nights we have, it's gonna get done. Right, boys and girls. Again, just continue to support pro clubs, competitive pro clubs, any way you can. Constantly just trying to put this game mode on the map, because you guys know as well as I do, it's the best game mode out there. So your support really, really does help when we take these facts and figures and stats and statistics to the likes of EA. We turn up on their doorstep and say, look how many people watched this week. Bam, do something about it, and maybe they'll start to actually care about the game mode and give us some things like Ultimate Team.
Here's hoping.
It's not gonna happen, but we can try and make it happen, guys. We can try and make it happen. So thank you very much. We could not do it without you. Domino, I'll let you have your swan song, your final say, and then we'll leave these lovely people to get on with their nights.
Again, as always, 8-ball echoed how important your support is to the Pro Clubs Weekly, and giving the support to these teams that played, everyone that came on the channel tonight. Pleasure to have you on. Great night of streaming, great night of games, and the fun is we get to do it all again next week, so join us then.
I forgot about that. There's still, what, 3 or 4 weeks left of the season? Actually, I think it might be 4 or 5 weeks left.
4 weeks.
So whenever there's a VPG season, there's always going to be Domino and I. We're going to be around. And one last other thing as well. Yes, I got the right side this week. One other thing as well. So Monday, Tuesday, Thursday next week. Surprise, surprise, as Still Black used to say. Again, sorry, aging myself.
100% age there.
Wednesday stream. There's a Wednesday stream. So look out for that on socials. Follow Pro Clubs Weekly. Follow all of the VPG stuff. The official one, usually where you get the main bulk of that. But there will be a stream on Wednesday as well. And that is for the European Masters. That is the European LAN event that will be happening next year. The qualifiers for that. The first one has already been done and dusted last month, November's. I think there's going to be a December and a January and a February, etc., etc., until the LAN. So that is how the best teams in the world will qualify for an in-person event. Domino, we went to that last year and it was bloody brilliant, and could not recommend it more. Even if you're not playing, just to rock up and put faces to names, names to faces, faces to usernames, and just get to know the community a little bit more. Get to know those 10 other weird people you've been playing clubs with for the last 3 or 4 years. You know, it's a really good excuse to do that. So if you're in one of those teams vying for either the European Masters or the UK Masters, make sure you qualify. And if you're not going to qualify, come along anyway, because it's going to be an absolute blast. And this is an exclusive, Domino. I think they're going to do it for 2 days, not 1 day this time. I'm not even sure I'm allowed to say that, so I'm going to say it anyway. Your Thursday treat. I'm gonna get in trouble now.
Do what we want. Do what we want.
Right, you guys are gonna got me grounded, so I'm gonna have to go. Right, thank you so much for tuning in. It's been an absolute pleasure. What a fantastic week of VPG competitive pro clubs action. I'm gonna go throw this stuff in the bin now. It's not needed. I'm gonna go and sleep. Put me on ice until Monday, 8 p.m.
Let's go, 8 Ball.
Do not miss it. Domino and you guys at home, have a fantastic weekend. See you next week.